Okay, so here we are. We're going to get the power supply and we're going to get it all cabled up. So, alright, so we got our Photon 580 power supply here. So this is just going to drop in. So this little hump right here, it's actually a standoff for it, because this will actually just sit right in here. Just like that. Now, one kind of cool thing about this case is there's actually a foam spacer right here that actually, I guess, to keep the power supply from vibrating. I guess if you had a power supply with really high speed, like 80mm fans in it. So I guess that would be a thing. It just kind of keeps the butt end of the power supply up. That way it's easy to move around here. So one nice thing about this is it'll actually be easy to actually plug everything in. Unlike if you saw the Dark Fleet build. Yeah, plugging my cables into that modular power supply was a bit of a pain in the butt. So okay. Alright, power supply is nice and in there. Okay. So go ahead and alright, go ahead and flip this up, because we're going to have to take the other panel off so we can get our cables routed around here. Okay. Alright. Okay, so because of how the power supply is laid out, go ahead and alright, so we'll go ahead and we'll do our SATA first. Alright, so we got on the back of this guy, we've got 2 Molex connectors and we've got 4 SATAs. So the easy way to set this one up is to, well, I guess we're going to need 2 of these because there's only 1 Molex plug per SATA unless I use a Molex splitter. And I think the StarTech is SATA. I'm pretty sure. So we'll go ahead and run 2 of these for now, and then we can take it out later if we need to. Alright, so the easy way to do this is to actually pull this cage out. And we're going to take our StarTech SAS cable here. plug this guy in first. So, of course, on every SAS cable I have ever seen, they're always labeled. So you got port 1, port 2, 3, and 4. So, okay. Alright, so there's that. Of course, our cable is plenty long, so we don't have to worry about that. Alright, so then, okay, so we're going to have one wall X for this guy, like that. One wall X for that. Alright, so now we can just pull this all back, and they're all about the same length. And then you can pull it through. And then because our backplane, our connectors are towards the back side, we won't have to worry about it. So. Okay, so there's that. Alright, I'm not going to shove that all the way in here just yet, because I'll prop this up so that way I can run my cables through the back side here. So this one, okay, so one thing I've always noticed about these SAS cables is that you do not want to try to bend them too much, because it is a very small copper wire, and so it could cause you issues later on down the road. Okay. Alright, so then we're just going to come through. I'm going to go back through this one here. Okay. Let's see. Why don't we do this? Why don't we go like this? And we'll go next one over. And then all of our other connectors here, they're on the top. So course, they're black on black, so it's kind of hard to see. Okay. Alright, pull that back around. Now we can take our little connector off here. Alright. And this just clips in there like that. Cool. Alright, so it makes our cable lay nice and neat, so we don't have too much to worry about here. The only thing I'm concerned about is actually when we poke our power cables through, we're going to have to be careful of our SATA cables right here. Okay, so we only need one PCIe cable. So next we'll do this guy. Alright, so this is going to be our 8-pin. Well, actually, this will be our 4-pin for over here in the corner because it's the shortest run. And we'll lay it over like that. And we should be good. And then this one will be our 8-pin CPU, which is over here in this corner. Okay, so that one goes there, and then this one goes here like so, like that. Okay, and this one's gonna go all the way up here like that, and it just barely has enough reach to it. Okay, so this one, there. 10 tries later and I finally got that in there. Alright. Like I said, definitely would recommend. So in this particular instance, I would probably recommend running that back power cable first and connecting your fan in there before putting the cooler in, because otherwise, yes, it is a bugger to get back in there. Alright, so one thing that I don't necessarily care for about the cables for this power supply is, so the 8-pin power connector, it's a 4+4, and they don't hook together. So it's like, really, guys? I can buy a less than $50 PIVA power supply, and yet it comes with connectors that hook together. They make life a lot simpler during installation. Okay. Alright, so that's all of our power connections for our CPU. Now we'll go ahead and get, let's see, because of the way this is lined up in here. Alright, so we got to get our PCIe in here. Okay, and then this one we will. All right, so we'll actually end up zip tying both of these, or we'll actually end up twist tying both of these back like this. So then that way they're out of the way. Alright, so this one we're going to tuck through here. Trying not to get wrapped around our other cable here. Alright, so one's going to go up through here and plug in there. The other one is going to come up through here. Actually, and plug in there. And I can see we're probably going to need a zip tie on this because this twist tie is probably not going to hold. Alright, and we got our 24-pin ATX. So I'm actually going to come through the bottom here on this guy because it's two smaller connectors like this. Okay. Okay, so then this guy is going to go through the bottom right here. Okay. And this one has that stupid little clip on it. I'm pretty sure whoever makes Rosewell's power supplies is probably the same company that makes Thermaltake's power supplies, because the Thermaltake power supply from the Dark Fleet has the same stupid clip on it. So, okay. There we go. So definitely one of the things, if you were trying really hard to make it pretty, the cable mod cables would probably be worth the money. But they are, you have to really like pretty, because pretty don't come cheap. I have priced those. Yeah. Pretty don't come cheap. Okay, especially on something like this. So, alright, well there you go. Alright, so there's all the power cables all done and in. So next we just gotta do our USB, our HD audio, and our fans. Alright, get all this mess separated here. Okay. The red and black wires we can ignore for the moment. Oh, we can ignore that one too. Except for these two. Oh, reset. Let's see. Hard drive. Reset. Alright, there's all our front panel connectors. Okay, so those are all. Let's see. Let's go down at the bottom. Alright, so those all go right here. And we're going to push them all through, so that's just so we have plenty of length. Okay. SATA power, let's see, SATA connector, we'll go there. USB. Oh. We'll actually run through this guy. HD audio, that's going to go over here. And our USB. Oh, stuck that in the wrong one. Yeah, USB is going to go down here as well. This one actually is going to come up here and go through here. Okay. Alright. So HD audio is in the usual spot over here. Okay, USB is right here. Alright, this guy can go over here. Actually, we'll put it on port 8. Actually, it's soft enough and we got enough length. That cable was really hard, I wouldn't do that, but where it's very soft and flexible, we'll do that. And then our USB 3 will go right here, just like that. Okay. Alright, so reset, power, hard drive. I'm gonna say, if you hold them together like a big USB plug, then they go in a lot easier. Okay. Now we'll make it prettier and hook up our other fans. Alright, so one thing I had to do is I had to take and run a splitter here, and we're going to have to run an extra cable set just so we can have an extra Mullix connector, because we need a Mullix connector for our fans, for our side fan. So, all right, so this guy. So this will go away once we're totally done here. Okay, that's it. Okay, and of course we'll have a final shot when we're totally done with everything, but that's it. That's everything cabled. So we'll slap a SSD on it temporarily just so we can fire it up, load Windows on it, and get it tested and make sure it's going to work. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification button so that way you can see the next one. So, alright, see you on the next one.